The rescue took days, over thousands of miles and multiple border crossings. 31 Ukrainian children finally freed from Russian-controlled camps. Ukraine estimates Russia continues to detain around 20,000 illegally deported children. Alyona Bodhan and Irina Shevtsova, two mothers from Kherson, came to Kyiv for the reunion. 6 months ago, they sent their children to a free camp in Russian-occupied Crimea for what they thought would be 2 weeks. Why did you agree to send your children to the summer camp? First, he wanted to, says Shevtsova. In Kherson, we live in an area where there was constant shelling. I told my son I was afraid to send him, and he said, the school's director is waiting, and you just need to give him the power of attorney. My daughter also wanted to, says Bodhan. But 2 weeks turned into 6 months, held against their will in these camps. The main activity, pro-Russian indoctrination. When they weren't returned on time, I started to worry, says Shevtsova. I started calling. They told me that due to the hostilities in Kherson, they can't be returned. Scripps News followed the mothers to the rendezvous point arranged by the organizations leading the rescues. 10-year-old Kira and 13-year-old Bodhan were exhausted from their 5-day journey, but finally safe. Got home soon. We met up with Bodhan the next day. He says he was shocked when he first realized the camp was not like what his school director promised. What was the camp like? There were about 1,000 children there when we arrived. There was very bad food. We had 2 showers and 2 toilets for 50 people, Bodhan says. He says he's worried for the Ukrainian children the Russians still hold there. When we were taken, there were 15 children left in the camp, he says. Some of them have no parents. Some have parents in prison. My friend, when we were leaving, got news from the counselors that the ones who stayed would be adopted. Those adoptions are war crimes, says Katerina Rachevska, a lawyer for a Kyiv human rights organization.
I am sure that Russians would like to use our children like a mean, like an instrument.
As bargaining chips?
Yes, exactly. Because Ukraine has this duty to repatriate all children. So the international community, close relatives of these children, parents, they will force Ukraine to cooperate with Russia, and Russia can set conditions.
Rashevska says getting the older children out is especially urgent because when they turn 18, the Russians will enlist them to fight.
These boys will be transferred as cannon fodder against their proper nation.
Transferred to be cannon fodder, to be part of the military. Has that happened?
Yes, Crimea occupied by Russians since 2014. And now we know that men who were children since the beginning of the occupation, they were transferred to this so-called special military operation, and now they are unfortunately killed.
Jason Bellini, Scripps News, Kyiv, Ukraine.